Early on in my tech career, I bought two old white MacBooks and I was going to fix them up and turn them into one computer. And, one had some broken components in one and one had some broken components in the other, and I combined them into a working MacBook. I was very proud of myself, like real MacBook laptop. My freelance client at the time that I was traveling with asked me, do you have a backup drive? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, I have a backup, it's fine. Things on CDs, but did not actually have like a real backup of the hard drive. Thought everything was going well, and then my computer dies. And I lost all of my information. I ended up losing that freelance project. And that is why I will never forget to always make a backup. So I'm always concerned about where is my data. When Evernote switched from their old format to a new format, they were redoing their platform. And I had years of notes in Evernote. And they claimed, oh, it's okay, make a backup of all your notes, which I did, but we'll be able to switch that to the new format. Well, guess what? That new format never converted. I ended up losing access to my notes because they were in that proprietary format. So from that moment, I decided, okay, from now on, my notes have to be exported easily and in a common format. That's a text file. And that's one reason I chose Workflowy, was because I knew at least it's text-based. The nice thing about Workflowy is that you can drag and drop files into it. PDFs, images, zip files, and those are stored on the cloud. Not sure which cloud. You get 100 megabytes for free, and then on the Pro plan, unlimited storage. This reminds me of storing files and PDFs within Evernote. When they made that format switch, I lost PDFs that were embedded in notes. Before you unload your entire file collection into Workflowy, go to the menu in the right-hand side on Workflowy, and then choose Export All. Now in this, you'll see formatted plain text OPML. OPML is an outliner format. Plain text is what I like to use, so I'll choose plain text here, and then you can either copy from this preview area or you can click to download, and this will manually create a text file that you can keep for later as a backup. I do this at the beginning of every month. When you preview that backup you just made, you'll notice that it's still just a plain text file, that there's no files or images or PDFs or anything that you dragged into Workflowy itself. Use Workflowy with text for the most part. If you use images, don't expect to get them back out if you need them in a pinch. Now, if you're on the Pro plan, you can create a Dropbox sync for backups. However, if you take a look at that structure in Dropbox, you have a folder for data, history, and then you have a text file that gives the most recent version of whatever's in your Workflowy. However, going through the history, it's just a revision history of each of your files, exported in text, and then in data, it's just a .backup file, and I got to exploring what this was, and it's a JSON data format, but it still does not include those files that you've dropped into a Workflowy. Keeping it to only text message, I still use Workflowy every day and love it. To sign up for Workflowy, be sure to check out the link in the description. For more information on file storage within Workflowy, see my other video about using it to manage files. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more productivity videos, diving into Workflowy, app reviews, and everything else tech. I'll see you on the next one.